Hey, this is Dave Erickson coming to you from my kitchen. Thank you for filling out your application. I'll be taking a look at it and getting back to you shortly. In the meantime, I wanted to send you this video to talk to you about what I believe to be the real advantages of having an online program for permanent weight loss. I've coached a lot of people one-on-one, face-to-face, and I really truly believe that this type of a format can actually be just as successful, if not more successful, for a number of reasons. The first reason is the ability to be anonymous, the anonymity of having an internet relationship where you're not actually sitting down face-to-face with me. Now you may think, well, wait a minute, isn't that a benefit? Now what I've found with coaching people one-on-one, especially with weight loss, as emotional subject as it is and how difficult it is, it was so difficult for clients sometimes to be honest with me, and I knew that. They would come in, we'd talk about things, we'd weigh in, and they wouldn't lose any weight, and they start to make excuses and stories, and they had to do that just to feel good about themselves and to continue on with me. So it can tend to be very difficult to get complete honesty in a face-to-face one-on-one situation, because you're really forced to do things and to think things and to say things that you normally wouldn't do if it's just yourself. Meaning, one-on-one with people, my clients would try to please me. I'm their coach, I'm their trainer, I'm trying to help them, and of course they want to be friends with me, so they want me to feel good about what I'm doing. So a lot of times the communication got tainted a little bit, and I really believe that having an email relationship where the only person you're responsible to is you, and that's what life is all about, right, is actually more beneficial in some aspects, and it gives you time to think and gives you an unpressured environment that you can learn and grow in. So that's the number one advantage, I believe. The second advantage is the ability to give you information slowly over time so that actual learning occurs and not just exposure occurs. And we'll talk more about that later, but a lot of times in programs you just get a book, you get exposed to way too much too fast. And in this program, definitely going to take our time, take step by step, so that you learn just what you need to learn, you're exposed to just what you need to be exposed to, so that learning truly does occur. The third thing that is important is that having this type of relationship fosters or forces independence on your part. Now here's what happens, and this is rampant in the personal training business with clients, is clients tend to get dependent on their trainers. And this is so natural because we hire a trainer, we think we go there, we listen to what the trainer says, we do what they say, and suddenly there becomes this dependence with the trainer, so that we're not doing things ourselves, we're not figuring things out ourselves. We're pretty much just show up and do what the trainer says, and we don't have to do a lot of thinking. And if you don't do a lot of thinking, you're not going to do a lot of changing. So it fosters a great level of dependence. In other words, I just eat what my trainer tells me to eat, and then if you fall off of that, well then you're screwed. So creating independence is so important, and I've been working with my coaches and trainers that I train in helping them to create independence with their clients versus the creation of dependence, which so often happens. You see people training with a personal trainer. How long have you been with your personal trainer? Oh, 2 years. 2 years? Why 2 years? Well, it's because they become dependent. They think that they can't exercise unless they have a personal trainer. So we don't want to get in that rut, which is very common in the personal training business. So with this independence, this forces you to take control of your life, to have that sense of your own responsibility for taking what I share with you and implementing it in your life. And you got nobody else that to blame except yourself. So that, I believe you could say as well, it's a negative of this type of relationship, but I believe it's a positive because it creates an environment where you have to take this stuff and implement it into your life, and rather than wait for a trainer, be dependent on a trainer to do that in a face-to-face situation. So very important. So those are the three aspects I believe that make this type of a coaching program even more powerful than going out and hiring a personal trainer or a coach to do these things with you face-to-face. Now we'll talk more about joining a gym and hiring a trainer to help you learn the skills of exercise, and we'll talk about that later. Now, next subject. I'm wearing this shirt for a reason. I talked about this trip, this picture of a tropical destination in the movie that you just watched. What that's all about is I've seen a lot of people lose weight, get to a point, but then they end up gaining it all back again. Now, what the heck's going on? Well, a number of things. They didn't change their associations, but most people lose weight for external reasons. Meaning they've got a class reunion, they've got a wedding, they've got some event in their life or someone in their life that they're doing this for. Now, what happens after the wedding's over, after the class reunion's over, after the vacation's over, and the external motivator is gone? What happens? Well, what happens is you gain the weight back again because the external motivator is gone. So what a person has to develop for permanent weight loss is internal motivation. Well, where the heck do you get internal motivation? Well, that's what I'll be teaching you, and that's what you'll be experiencing in my Cozumel trip. Now, the thing about going off, what's the deal with Cozumel? Why not hold it somewhere else? The thing with a tropical environment of paradise is that your brain learns best when it's feeling good. And if I can get you an environment that is like really good, like really awesome, like described as paradise by some people, your brain is like a sponge ready to soak in new ideas and beliefs and new concepts on who you are to develop an internal motivation for you. So that's what that trip is all about, and I'm excited to have that, to offer that to you. You'll find more information about that in the link below, and we'll be talking more about that as we go forward. But that'll be two things. It's an external motivator for you to get there, and we all need that. I need external motivators. This trip, this vacation, where we're going to be wearing a swimsuit, we can think about that to help us to keep on track with what we're doing. And if we're at a situation in our life where it's like, do I do this, do I eat this, or do I eat this? You can think, okay, Cozumel in November, and that may help you as an external motivator. So it's a great external motivator, but then when we get there, I'm going to teach you how to create your own individual internal motivation, so that when you fly home from the vacation, you don't have to worry about gaining the weight back again. You're going to have an internal motivator that's going to stick with you for a lifetime. So I'm very excited about that trip and excited about inviting you to be a part of that, because what we'll be doing together is we're going to be creating all the things that need to be created in your life, all the associations to get you to permanent weight loss, where you have the internal motivation. But there's always the but, isn't there? We want to get to that point, and instead of having two nails holding the boards together, we're going to knock in two more nails and a screw and make sure that permanent weight loss is yours and you don't have to worry about gaining it back again. So that's the purpose of the trip. So I'm real excited for you. I can't wait to start working with you, and I'll get back to you soon, and we'll get everything started. This is Dave Erickson. Live by choice.